What up, what up, what up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having an amazing, beautiful day. Just want to come on here and honestly just speak from the heart, speak with intention of just being able to give value to you, to whatever you may have going on right now. I may share a little bit about my experience. I can only share from my own testimony. I feel like that's the realest that you can get. But lately, it's been a lot of questions about really getting connected with God. And one thing a person that's been teaching, I want to talk about relationships, is a lot of people have been teaching me, and I've learned this from my past relationship, is that is like, I've always been a person that seek God and seek God through another person. And, anytime I would get someone or I was in a relationship with someone that loved God, like it's like they had their version of staying where they are with God, and then I had mine. Like there was no in between, there was no togetherness. And once I recognized that God had to be in between that relationship, like I didn't see it from that point of view until someone honestly showed me. And I'm really falling into really getting connected with people through God being in between that relationship, and that's just with every single person. And it's like when you learn something from God, I think the biggest transition I had to go through was I would learn something from God, but I would keep it to myself. One, because I was scared to say the wrong thing. Two, because I I was selfish. I was selfish in some ways, and I recognized that. And I say, you know what? I'm going to start sharing. I'm just going to start sharing from the heart. I'm scared to do it, but I'm just going to do it because this person may hear something that may need to hear. And once we realize that, it's like you come into that space where like, okay, cool, this is where I can help this person at. This is how I can help them. And lately it's really been that. And the only way that I've been able to help people lately is through the works of God and through the word of God. And it's been a lot of Bible scriptures. It's been a lot of things, because it's like you hear it a lot, but they say that if you really hear the word, read the word, and you live the word, that you really can walk through a life with God full of like fulfilling, like abundance. So I really like just been taking in on that and just focus on that. And I think for me it's just like lately I've been really focused on and I've always been focused on connecting with God, but I've been very afraid to make mistakes and him judge me for them, and not realizing that I did accept Christ into my life. I did accept Christ. So now my sins are forgiven. Like the mistakes I make, it's not like going out there and purposely making the mistakes and be like, he forgives me. But it's just like being in that space and knowing that I'm already forgiven for them, and that I can walk now and keep going towards the direction that God has taken me on, and really trusting him in it. And it took for me to put myself around those type of people. Like you really do. I think the biggest part is you can't hear so many negative things all the time. You just can't, because for one, it starts to stick to you. Like we already have so many things going on in our own minds and our own hearts that we deal with. Adding on someone else's stuff does not help at all. So really putting yourself around those type of people. But the one thing I can really highly suggest is start your day with God. Start your day with a word. Start your day with a verse. Start your day with something that you can take on for the rest of your day. I'm telling you, when you start your day with God, the rest of your day is going to have God included in it. And, I'm still in the works of this, because I wasn't always like this. Like, I remember just like growing up in like the Muslim culture. Like, most of you guys don't know, but I was raised a Muslim and I went to Catholic school and now I'm Christian. So it's a huge transition for me. And, I was not accepted for it. I wasn't loved for it. I was discouraged from even doing it, but I got tired of being very unhappy about what I was doing. So I decided to take a chance to make a decision for myself. And really, it was all through the works of God. Like, I can't even say that I made all these decisions. God was like, I'm going to put this in your life because this is what I need you to do. This is what I need you to do. And me being bold and resilient and just deciding that I'm going to do it anyway, it's just like taking that in and really making a decision to do it. So if anything, I can say also, like, just so like working through anything, working through forgiveness especially, like use God to help you through those things. Like when you're forgiving someone, and I always talk about this, you're not forgiving them for you're not forgiving them for themselves. You're forgiving them for you, so you can move on and you can be happy and you can love and you can be free. And when you start to get into that space, it's like it opens up these doors, because now those blockages are not in you anymore. And now you can release that and actually learn to love a lot more. And I'm telling you, it's like the main three powers of life that can really get you through is God, love, and gratitude. God can get you through so many things because he can guide you. He can speak life into you. He can give you a word that's going to take you on and be able to guide you throughout your life. Love can just like give you, oh my God, it can give you a sense of freedom and abundance within yourself. So that way, everything you see, you touch, you feel, you hear is love. And I'm telling you, it's something about that to where you don't feel, when you feel hate, it's harder to feel hate than it is to feel love. And when you feel love, you feel more free. And gratitude plays a huge part into this because, you know, sometimes we go in life and we just look at where we are currently and we tend to judge ourselves where we are. And I've been in those spaces where I would judge myself where I was and not see myself to where I could be. And not see myself to where I am, like I can be, but also not being grateful where I am. Because believe it or not, you prayed for exactly where you are today. You prayed for who you wanted to become today. You prayed for it. So you need to be grateful for it. You need to thank God for it. You need to be grateful that he helped you throughout the journey. You need to be grateful that you even stuck through it. And really give yourself a pat on the back for it. Like really acknowledge those type of things. Like I'm telling you, it takes you a long way, because if you're not grateful where you are right now, why would God even want to take you to the next step? Why would you even move on to the next step? Or the universe, like it responds to all these things. And gratitude takes you a long way, because it shows that, okay, cool, I'm happy with where I am. And it's okay to feel like I'm happy and grateful for where I am, but I know I can do better. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't miss out on the part of being grateful for where you currently are right now. Because when you miss out on that part, you cannot be gifted with no more. If you're not even happy for what you have right now, you have a lot more than someone else does right now. Really recognize that. Like someone doesn't have a house to sleep in. Someone's out in this freaking drizzling rain right now, and they have to deal with it. Like you don't have to deal with it. You get to go home. You get to strengthen that will for yourself. You get to do so many things. You get to have a family. Like there's some people that are adopted that never met their families. Like, you know, there's people that are hungry and you don't have to starve. Like think about those things and just come in a sense of gratitude of those things. I'm telling you, those are the things that'll get you connected to God too. I'm telling you, because when he sees your heart, he's checking your heart more than he's checking anything else. The way you're treating people, he's checking it. He's not checking how much money you're making right now. He's not checking the type of clothes you have. He's not checking the type of car that you drive. He's not checking the type of hair that you have. He's not checking for none of that stuff. So when you see all this fit, glamorous, all this stuff like that, he's not checking for any of that. He's checking for the heart that you're giving onto people and to who you're being throughout the process. So pay attention to who you're becoming throughout the process as well. Because when you pay attention to what God is teaching you, like versus looking at like, oh my God, poor miserable me, like all this stuff is happening to me, look at it as, what is God trying to teach me right now? Like, who am I becoming? Like, and I'm telling you, it's something about that. You get to embrace that so much. When you get to embrace that and live in that and love in that, it can take you so far into your life. I'm telling you, y'all, you will not regret it. So I hope this message helps someone. I pray it does. It's like a freestyle right here. Literally just coming from the heart. But I pray that it does help someone through whatever you have going on right now. And just continue to stay powerful, to stay on course. Like no matter what, have faith and believe in God. Like believe in yourself, believe in God, believe in the people around you. Like have faith in them, love on them right today. Especially on your day off. Really acknowledge and take in the moments of where you are right now. And I promise you prosperity and abundance is on this way. All right, let's get it, y'all. Peace.